Within the most recent season of Outer Banks, we saw the group mainly focusing on finding the lost golden city of El Dorado. It was the main focus for John B and his father, and it was what ended up seeing the demise of 3 of the characters that we came to know more of in the most recent season. With the group returning and there being an 18-month time gap, it got me and many others wondering, did they ever return to El Dorado? Did they get to keep the gold that they found? And what happened to it? Well, I thought I'd break down and explain what I think happened. So let's get into it. Here is the answer to the question, did they get more gold in El Dorado? Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. During the finale of the season, we saw that John B, Sarah, Ward Cameron, and Big John were all on the cusp of finding the lost golden city of El Dorado. And we actually saw that with Big John being injured and Ward not going up the mountain due to his injured leg, John B and Sarah were the 2 individuals that went further than any of them and solved the riddles in order to locate the golden city. Upon looking at it, there was so much wealth and gold in front of them. They took as much gold as they could possibly fit inside of their bag and they exited the cave. Once they emerged from under the water, we saw that Carlos Singh was standing there holding them to ransom and wanted them to give him the gold that they had acquired. And he also wanted them to inform him of how to get back inside El Dorado so that he'd be able to get more. With John B holding an explosive and being prepared to destroy the entrance to the cave in order to stop Singh from getting it, he did let it go off. And with that, Carlos Singh was no more, and the cave into El Dorado was closed off. The group returned home after Big John and Ward Cameron died, and we were never told or shown if they ever went back there. So the question is, did they ever go back and end up getting more gold? Well, 18 months after they returned from Venezuela, we saw that they were being celebrated by the people in the OBX for solving the 500-year-old mystery of the lost city of El Dorado. There were several artifacts on display and information that was being showcased to members of the public. I personally think that they did go back and get more, but they went with the authorities and the right amount of people in order to do so. This is because there would have needed to have been confirmed proof of the Golden City for them to have been able to have been celebrated the way that they were, and also evidence of the site being where they got their gold from. This doesn't mean that they would have been able to have kept all of the gold that was within the city. There was enough gold in there to most probably make them the richest people on the planet. But what I think occurred was that they kept the gold that they had acquired themselves and they used it in order to better the situations that they were in. In the closing moments, we heard that John B and Sarah owned a surf shop, which I imagine they used the gold that they got from El Dorado to set one up. Key was working with animals and JJ bought a boat, so there was definite evidence that they had been using their gold in order to better their lives and acquire things. Things that gave them stability rather than just spending it for the sake of it. I would also imagine that JJ would have used it on buying a property as he was homeless the last time that we saw him. And I also think John B would have probably done the same, due to the chateau being burned down. With all of them knowing the location of El Dorado, and with them being able to take a crew with them to the blocked off cave, they would have been able to locate it and get the proof that they needed. So I personally feel as though they did all go back to the cave and get their hands on some of the gold, but not all of it, only enough to be able to better their lives and improve the situations that they were in. It would have been an even happier ending if they had have kept it all, but I just don't believe that it would have worked out like that, nor would they have been able to have got all of it without the help and assistance from the authorities. So, there you have it. Outer Banks Season 3, did they get more gold in El Dorado? If you want to see more videos such as endings explained, theories and predictions, and character breakdowns, then click on the I button. Or alternatively, you can head over to my channel where you'll find them all. If you'd like to give me a show or movie that you'd like me to review, then head over to my Twitter, @brainpilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. And finally, if you'd like to see what I rate the latest movies that don't quite make the cut to getting a dedicated video, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. It's where I rate the latest releases in real time. Do you think they got to keep the gold? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.